Hey y'all, it's Amber.
And Clara.
Welcome to Knead for Reality, where the mixers are loud, the takes are hotter than the oven, and the drama never disappoints.
Grab a glass of wine, coffee, or whatever is around you, preheat to 350, and let's get into it.
Hey buddy.
Hey buddy.
What's up, weekend friends? I feel like we're a little high on life right now, Clara.
Why would we be high on life?
So, last week, Ben and I decided that we were going to adopt a dog because Ben has really wanted one. And so we went to go look at these dogs, and our dog, Stella, has a brother. And we were like, oh my gosh, Clara, you should adopt her brother. And so as of yesterday at when did we pick them up? At like 9 a.m.?
8:45 in the freaking morning.
As of 8:45 yesterday morning, Clara and I became mommies. Mamacitas.
Yes, it is true. You heard it here first, or on our personal Instagram stories. We became dog parents yesterday to two beautiful Catalua lab puppies. Oh, there he is. He's letting his presence be known. If you hear him in the background, that is my son Arlo, Bucky, Cozy. And he's a big boy. He scares me, actually.
But he's so adorable. And Corbyn, honestly, is living the best life because they're both sitting with her. Sitting with Auntie Corbyn.
I bet they smell Rex. They think it's prey. They're like, oh, snack.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He is just digging in that couch, like trying to smell something. And I wonder if he smells something that we don't know exists. Arlo.
It's the ghost. He's disturbing the ghost.
Oh, maybe. But these couches are from my neighbor who also had a dog. So maybe it's like residual other dog smell. And I only met this other dog once. But she's pretty. Or he. I don't know.
Oh, she is biting his ears.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I highly recommend adopting a dog with your best friend that also has siblings. Because Claire and I were trying to figure out how we were going to be related.
Yeah. We always thought that I would marry like one of the Rupert boys, but it turns out that's not going to happen. So I guess we are somehow in-laws. Somehow.
Well, we're like mom-in-laws because we have the same child.
That does work too. There was a live view of Stella sitting in Corbyn's lap. And my child is still digging like he's trying to go somewhere. So the perfect personalities.
Perfect.
Okay.
Other than the dogs, do you have any other highlight of the week, Clara?
No, this literally was it. I mean, I guess my dad came to visit me and my stepmom came to visit me, and like that was really nice and really cool. But I would definitely say getting a dog was probably the highlight of my week. What about you, Amber?
I would say my other big highlight of the week was going to Chicago on Friday. I literally left DC at 6:58 and landed again at 11 p.m. Round trip all day. And it was really fun. I got to do a little touristy thing by myself while my brother was still working and Isabel was heading to work. And then Jimmy and I went to this really old but bougie meat market because it was grill night. So he made me, Isabel, Jake, and Anthony steaks. It was fantastic. And then Isabel did my hair because your girl needed it up, even though I still need to do a wash because it needs a little wash. And she also did my makeup. I went to Gold Plated, where she does her work there. It was fun. I really miss them. I even told them that I cried on the airplane going to Chicago because I was like, oh my gosh, like I haven't seen you guys in what seems like forever. And they're like, oh my gosh. So yes, I had two highlights. Seeing my family and then adding to the family.
That's really beautiful. I really love that. If there was a theme for this week, I think it's family.
I would have to agree with that. Corbyn? Oh, you had big family stuff this week too.
I did. My cousin graduated college. So on Friday, because they didn't give tickets for the whole family because we're a huge family, we watched it. We streamed it basically. And I was at work and my boss and one of my friends were like, we'll watch too. And so we just had like a little watch party. And then my uncle was in town with his two dogs and they were hanging out with my grandma's dogs. So I had a very dog-filled weekend. Had the grad party for my cousin. But the low light of my week was I had to drink soda as Amber drinks soda. Warm.
Don't be rude, okay? It's better that way. You got to experience the best for 2 days.
As somebody who did both within the span of 24 hours, I can confirm ice is better. My fridge broke. I got home. I went to make chicken nuggets because it was one of those days where you just need chicken nuggets. And I pulled out the bag out of the freezer and they were squishy. So then I pulled out my ice cream and I sent you guys the video, right? Where it's like shaking and foamy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but luckily my maintenance team came and they were just replaced the whole fridge 2 days later. But I lived the Amber way and I didn't like it.
Wah, the best way.
This was also another big week, I want to say, for our friends in New York, the summer house.
Oh,
drama.
I agree. I just watched the episode today.
I was just thinking about how it's a huge week for the Summer House cast because we are seeing almost the finale episodes come into play. I think we have one more episode and then we are finally there. And for me, it's just kind of like we are finally seeing like how the producers have changed the edits after finding out the Kyle, Amanda, and Wes drama and Sierra drama. I will say that fight was spectacular. That's everything I dreamed about and more. And Bailey was single-handedly carrying the season and that scene when she was like, I asked Carl if we could make out even more and he low-key consider it. And he did. And he looked so fine.
He looked so good. And I agree with you. Bailey was just like ate up that whole episode.
Yeah, I'm excited to kind of see this finale episode. I am excited to see the reunion and the trailer for the reunion. Like I am foaming at the mouth for this reunion trailer. I can't wait. Corbyn, what season are you on?
I have entered season 8. I am hoping that with Memorial Day weekend coming up, I have 3 straight days where I can just catch up. So season 8, but I agree, Carl. I love that man.
And also in other news, Alex Cooper is pregnant.
Dude, when did she announce that? Because I had no idea that she was pregnant.
She literally announced it today that she was pregnant.
Okay, so I didn't actually miss anything. I really haven't been online today, but when I saw your note, I was like, what? Because I feel like she was the last person I would imagine getting pregnant, just because I have listened to her from when Call Her Daddy was way more raunchy to now she's married, has a successful business, and is pregnant. Like Alex Cooper from that era would be shocked that this is how she is now.
Oh, 100%. And I feel like she's talked about on her podcast about how she is worried about getting pregnant and what type of mom she will be and just if she really wants to or not. So I am happy for her. I do think that I never expected to see her pregnant at all. At all. That's crazy.
That is crazy, but I'm excited. Congrats to Alex and whatever her husband's name is.
Matt Kaplan.
But congratulations to the Cooper family.
Yeah, big week for celebrity news. Oh, also, you guys, Harry Styles' tour kicked out in Amsterdam. I keep saying New Amsterdam. I'm like, that's a vodka brand. And
And a TV show, actually.
You're right. I forgot about that.
But yeah, so his tour kicked off. It looked wonderful. I'm trying not to spoil all the fun when it comes to Harry Styles' tour. So I hope that I don't see all of it on Instagram and TikTok. But it does make my heart happy that like he's so totally back.
And it makes my heart happy that your heart is happy because I know you're obsessed with Harry Styles. So I'm excited for you. And he does put on a good concert. Remember when we went? You took me.
We went, I did take you, and then I went again. I've gone a few times, but I saw a video of him singing happy birthday to a girl in the crowd, and I started crying because I was like, what if that was me? That would have been so nice.
Claire, are you going to this concert, or this tour? My sister already has tickets.
I am going in September to go see Harry Styles, and then I'm going to the U.S. Open because I'm going to become a tennis fan.
Yeah, my sister, she's going when he's at MSG. Favorite Harry Styles song?
Favorite Harry Styles song, Daydreaming, off of Harry's House. Hands down, best song.
I'm really obsessed with American Girl right now from his newest album. That one's a banger.
Sign of the Times. I freaking love that song, man.
Oh, that one's a good one. I really have to say, I mean, not that I listen to Harry Styles as much as you do, Clara, but his newest album I'm really digging, and I really think it's because it's more EDM-esque.
Yeah, the DJs don't dance no more. They said DJs don't dance no more. Yeah, no, that song's a bop. Pop is a song, is a good song. American Girls just like also makes me so happy. This album is very good. I have a thing about this album specifically that I can't mix it up. I like how it goes from like beginning to end, and it is a good running album too. So highly suggest that.
I'll have to listen to it because I keep listening to today's brand new music right now on my runs, and there are just some songs that are not running songs. So I'll have to listen to that album.
I also just really like the Fine Line album. Like that is one of my favorites. Golden, Sunflower, like yes, I love that album.
Actually, I just want to bring this up. That Spotify released your all-time top songs. In my top 5 songs, Lights Up, Harry Styles. Watermelon Sugar, Harry Styles. Also, Lights Up, 408 listens. Watermelon Sugar, 393 listens. My next one is Fuck Your Sunshine by this band named Lazewo, which is like surprisingly the one that I'm wearing their hoodie right now. 391. Too Well by Renee Rapp, 296. And finally, rounding it out, Daydreaming by Harry Styles, 278 listens.
So I've only been on Spotify for a year.
Oh, wow.
I only just got on it last year for the first time. But
welcome.
Thank you. I got so much crap for it at work because I was still buying my music.
Oh my God, really, Corbyn?
Until
You
last
can
year.
do the subscription on Apple Music.
Yes, but I was roasted so badly, I just succumbed to Spotify.
Ew, I use Apple Music. Again,
Yeah,
I
Amber's
love
weird here.
Apple products. I stand for Steve Jobs.
Yeah, I did Spotify, and I will say my top 5 songs they run the gamut, because the first 2 are Simple Plan, then it's Dan and Shay, who's my top artist, and then it's Sabrina Carpenter for the next 2. So I'm all over the place with these. Like I don't even know.
Hot take. I'm just not a huge Sabrina Carpenter fan. I know people. really love
Wow,
her
you're
right
really
now.
brave for saying that.
I know, but I don't know. I feel like I think I've hit the point in my listening to music career where if you're new, I probably don't really know you because I like my artists, like my era artists.
You're also married, and Sabrina Carpenter sings a
And
lot.
what does that have anything to do with it?
She sings a lot about dating and being a single woman and angst towards men. You're married. That's not the stage of life you're in.
That's a very fair point. That is a very fair point. I didn't.
I would like to also say that it took me a minute to get used to Sabrina Carpenter. So
Really?
I feel you on that. But also, I've had my Spotify since like September, I think it's September 12th, 2026. No,
2026.
2020.
Dude, I was gonna say that hasn't
20,
even happened
16,
yet.
26, no, even before that. I can't even remember, but I've had it for a really, really fucking long time. Actually, I lied. It's September 12th, 2012. So it's accumulated a lot of songs, I would like to say.
Yeah, I would say, but I was in the same boat as Corbyn. I was still buying songs up until Apple Music finally started doing streaming. So you and I are old together, I guess.
I do still buy every Dan and Shay album that comes out, just because I love to support that artist. I have all of their vinyls that they've released. I just pre-ordered their newest that comes out in August. I do still buy those and listen to them on Spotify. I just have to. It's like it's a thing for me.
We
Look
love
at you
a
go.
supportive queen.
You know where music really like the industry people go to? Los Angeles. Do you know where the show is taking place that we're going to? Los Angeles. We're going
No
to
way.
the Valley.
Actually, we're not going to the Valley because they're still in San Diego.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll still go west, I guess.
Let's go. Do you have anything to kick us off? Because I have something to kick us off.
This episode, I feel, was way better than the last 2. I know we said the other 2s were snooze fest, but I think next week is really going to pop off because, well, how do we want to just go to the end? Because that really just, Danny was just, I was like, bro, how dare you disrespect the queen, Queen Nia? I am so glad he's getting the villain edit, and no offense, sorry, Danny Bucco, if you would just happen to listen to this podcast, but I feel like we've been waiting for this for a few seasons now. Because yes, obviously, I feel like he gets the good edit because Nia again is the queen, but the fact that he treated Nia the way that he did at the end of this episode, I was like, Lala, thank you for finally saying something. And I also really thought that in Nia's confessional, she was like, I didn't think it was like her right to pry, but it's really nice to know that someone else is seeing this. I was like, girl, I think you just like needed someone else to say something. Ugh. That's going to stir some good drama next week. I already feel it in my bones.
I 100% agree with you. I just would like to say that if Danny Boko has no haters, then I am dead, deceased, and gone off this planet. Fuck this man. I hate this man with a fucking passion. I've never seen a man online who has like more of a Napoleon complex in my whole entire fucking life. The way that like I gotta scroll to the bottom of my notes because I am so upset. And I honestly think we could spend a whole entire podcast talking about this. And I know that we're not going to.
I know, but I agree. It was just, I was in shock. I mean, I shouldn't have been shocked, but I was in shock.
No, 100%. It was like any scene with fucking Danny and Nia is just so fucking hard. He was a drunk asshole. He was 100% a drunk fucking asshole. And then in his confessionals, when he was like, but, I'm a little irritated with Nia. Why the fuck are you irritated with Nia when she is trying just as fucking hard? And that you are just like, he was like, I'm not getting the attention that anyone else has. Grow the fuck up. You're the one who wanted all these fucking children. And now, like, she's trying to help you and you're just being a fucking dick about it. And the way that he just kept on trying to set off fucking what's that? Lala. Yeah, pissed me off. Good on Lala. I love when Lala sticks a fucking finger in someone's face and is like, don't you dare fucking activate me, dude. Her, Lindsay Hubbard, love them.
Literally. I mean, Lala can definitely stir the drama, I'm not gonna lie. But I loved her in this episode. I feel like she was the friend that Nia needed in that moment. And what I was also irritated about, going back to your point, he has 4 kids. Like, I felt like during the whole zoo scene, he didn't want to be a dad. Like, I get you have a nanny there, it's supposed to help you out. But at the end of the day, this is your spawn, right? Like, it took half of you to create this beautiful little child. And you are giving Nia a hard time to take care of your own kid? Are you serious? Ah!
Is that how you're gonna like talk about Stella? Is like, this is my spawn. I gave birth. As far as I'm concerned, that we gave birth yesterday.
Oh yeah, we did.
But no, I 100% agree with you. The men in this episode, except for Jason and Luke, were like the least of my worries, honestly, this episode.
Okay, I do agree. Even though I feel like Jason was teetering the line with Jesse. I thought Jesse was also really good in this episode as well. But I don't know. I was kind of wishy-washy.
You thought Jesse was good in this episode?
You didn't think so?
Oh my God. I have a lot of notes on Jessie. I have
really
Lacey again trying to soft parent her fucking boyfriend is disgusting. Who the fuck is this man?
But what I will say about Lacey though is I feel like she's more of a girl's girl than she is like a relationship stan. Because I don't know if this is just her also. We'll use the word performative because I feel like that was the word of the episode. Everyone's performing. But I just thought it was nice that she was like, I don't like the way that you talk to Michelle. I liked that it seemed like she was trying to have very civil conversations with Michelle, like when she asked to set her aside and was like, you know what? I also know that I think you're in the wrong, but I'm not going to make a mole anthill out of a molehill. Is that the phrase?
An anthill out of a mole?
I'm not going to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Thank you.
Wrong insects, wrong animals.
But that's why I feel like I could see also, to your point, guys, if you thought that Jesse was kind of being performative, which when they were talking about going through the window, because I thought that was obnoxious. But I personally didn't think Jesse was as bad as Danny. I didn't like Luke really when the episode first started because I didn't know his intentions with, saying those things to Kristen, and if he was just saying the nice things because they were mic'd up. But I'm also liked him at the end after they had their conversations and after they had a fantastic date at the zoo. I feel like they really needed that. But why didn't you like Jesse this one?
Jesse, because one, the whole entire one, I thought that Lacey was getting a lot of confessional time, and I thought that was kind of insane. Like, she is fully like a member of this cast. I think that Jesse just kind of inserts himself in a way where it makes it very less becoming of him, of like defending his woman. I feel like he could learn a thing or two about being quiet and just kind of letting things happen, and then like saying, I see your point here, but here's like another thing. We do have screenshots from this. And I think Lacey was really real for telling Jesse that he was giving her the ick, because the way he was like trying to say like, let's get you settled after he just picked a fucking fight with Janet. Like, grow the fuck up, say I'm sorry, just like apologize to your girlfriend too, being like, I'm sorry I fucking embarrassed you. I think that was the biggest thing, is like his actions are so embarrassing. And I also want to say, while they were on the safari, seeing fucking everyone else help Nia while Danny was just like sitting there and pouting like a fucking 2-year-old was so hard to watch. And I just think that's so fucked up. Anyway, I do like to say that I love seeing grown men go on a zip line. There's something about that.
That was really funny. Would you go on a zip line? Because I really wanted to go on a zip. I don't think I would be able to go on that zip line because I would scream, but I would love to go on a zip line sometime soon.
I've been on a zip line before. I actually fucking love a good zip
Really?
line. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a zip line's like
I
the
don't think I've
coolest
ever
shit
been
ever.
on one, actually.
Oh my god, we'll have to find one, like a short one. That
I
you
bet
can
there's
scream
one
on.
at the adventure park across from Paradise Springs. We should go look. Have you been on one, Corbin?
Yeah, I was on one in Belize. My friends and I were on a cruise and we did a zip line over the ocean, but we did it Superman style. So you were laying on your stomach. That was pretty amazing.
Bougie, Corbin. Bougie. Oh, I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
What did you think about, who was it that compared Brittany to Jax? Oh, Jesse said that.
Yeah.
What did
I
you
fucking
think?
hated that. I actually made a note of that.
I made a note of that too. Ben actually watched it with me because of now being up early with the dog. And he was like, I cannot believe Jesse just compared Brittany to Jax. I was like, you're right.
I believe at the bottom of my heart that that was one of the worst things you can say, but I see Jesse's point. I think that Brittany has been on reality TV long enough that she knows what sells views. And it's very similar as to this discussion that people are having with Lindsay Hubbard in this past episode, how she picked that fight and then she de-escalated that fight because she's got her producer hat on. She knows what the fuck the viewers want. And I think that Brittany is very similar in doing it, but maybe she just doesn't do it as slyly as like Lindsay does.
Well, that and maybe Lindsay's castmates aren't bringing it up like Jesse did. But I also wonder if he said that because he was the closest to Jax the last 2 seasons. So he was picking up on what Jax was doing and is now seeing Brittany doing it.
But I also think that Jax just did it in a more chaotic way because he was mentally unstable.
That's true. Yeah, Ben was asking where he was at this season, and I said, nah, Rod got kicked off because he's a moron.
He's also allegedly sober now too, so
I hope he does. I'm really hoping that wherever Jax is right now, I hope you're getting the help you need and you become a healthy king, as healthy as one can get.
I would agree. Okay, we went really hard there.
Well,
what?
The fact that elephants are pregnant for 2 years blew my mind. My mind was just as blown as Kristen Doty's.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't know that. They have like one of the longest gestational periods ever.
So my favorite animal is a monkey. Elephants were Ashley's. So I bet Ashley knew that. I had no idea about the zoo. The zoo. The elephants blew my freaking, and 250 pounds. Imagine having to carry that. Crazy.
They're huge animals. They're so huge animals. I want to say, I think my last thoughts on this was I really enjoy actually seeing Lacey and Zach's friendship kind of start forming. I'm not sure how I feel about Lacey yet. For some reason, when I look at her, she reminds me of the tan dog, like the yellow lab from Animal Crossing, and I can't get that out of my head. Do you know what I'm talking about, Corbyn? Corbyn knows what I'm talking about. But I think that just like she just kind of bugs me. But like I'm gonna continue to get to know her. I would also like to say that yet again we are getting this wonderful. I don't want to say it's a performance, but like view sight into Kristen Doty's life and how hard it has been for her. And if you compare what we're seeing now with Kristen Doty versus like what we were seeing, like she has grown so much. I'm so glad that she like either got help or she just looks like she's glowing a lot more than she was during these episodes.
Yeah, I agree. And I would say like my final thoughts, also to kind of build on yours, is I'm excited to see how Lacey develops into this cast because I really did like her this episode. I think this trip was good for her and kind of meshing with everyone, and that's why I feel like really showed that she is a girl's girl because she really stuck up for the girls, was really concerned for the girls. I again am very disappointed in Danny, and I am very sad to see what's going to happen next week, and I really hope he loses the pageant just based on attitude. And I really hope Schwartz wins, redeem himself from being the ugliest woman in Vanderpump Rules.
Well, that, and also I had a note in here that I love that Schwartz is so out of this. He's just trying to eat some snacks.
I know.
He's the chillest man there. He's like, I'm just here for the vibes.
Literally.
So I love that man. I love him so much. I think that wraps up on the Valley.
I think it
like we
does.
really got this shit down because we fucking hated this guy so much. So
Literally.
Oof.
That was the big one. I think we need to hop on our train since now we got dogs. It's probably a lot easier to train than fly. So let's choo choo our way to Rhode Island.
That's a
Chugga, chugga, choo,
long
choo,
ass
chugga, choo,
train
choo,
ride,
choo.
but yes, let's go.
But how cool would that be? Traveling across the US via train sounds way less compact than being in a car.
Also, you have to think you're in a tiny little sleeper car, but I think there's pros and cons to it. Yes.
Yes.
I think I would prefer to be in a car.
Okay, fair.
We got to adopt Spain's high-speed train. My dad and I took one of those. It went, I think the top speed was 301 kilometers per hour. We were zipping. If you did that in the United States, travel would be so easy.
All right, so in our imaginary choo-choo train, it'll be a zip line so that we're only on there for a few hours rather than days.
We are pulling into Providence Station, and I would say what an episode, but to be quite honest, we were kind of distracted, and I think that the end of the episode was way more exciting.
Yeah, I would agree. Just because that's where all the juice came from. That's the squeeze came at the end. Maybe that's why that they showed that scene or like that preview 3 different times because that really was the episode. But I guess before we get into that, did you have any thoughts about the Joellen and the mom, Alicia and Rula?
Okay, I had a few thoughts. I had a few thoughts that I love that Alicia is being forced to drive and that her husband's making her drive because he's like, we're paying for this car. You need to deal with this car. And how close she sits to the steering wheel is terrifying and should be illegal.
But it's more queen stuff, I sit pretty close to the steering wheel because I got short legs.
I'm pretty sure you and me are the same height, and I am further away from the steering wheel. Just use your arms.
Well, I got short arms. I think I remember when we were driving back from LA that you even made a comment of how close I sit.
Yeah, because it makes me nervous. Like, stop. Just learn how to drive. I also, while we're on cars, we saw a scene where Kelsey is in her new apartment and her parents, her mom is like, oh, why are you allowing your ex to pay for this and everything? But then even her like ex or her current boyfriend, her only boyfriend, as the Bravo producer said, because the Bravo producers are always so petty when it comes to the taglines. He was like trying to decide what she does with her, like her own money and her car and selling the car. And it was like, leave her alone. Let her do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah, that was really annoying, especially because he's kind of a dwerp. I'm not sure if I'm vibing with Bill. I did not like that at all. Like, she just got out of this 10-year relationship, which he obviously knows about. So let her live her life. Let her have her own space. Let her make her own decisions for once and stay out of it. Be a supportive boyfriend.
I would also agree. I think my only like other do you want to get into the Joellen of it all?
I am glad that they had that talk, the between her mom and her sister. I hope that's the end of that storyline though, because I don't really want to hear any more about the mom trauma anymore. I feel like we kind of now resolved that line, so let's move to Joe Ellen to somewhere else. Do you have any thoughts?
I feel that our parents remember our childhood a lot differently than we do. And I have experienced something similar, like of recounting memories that I know are like what I remember. My parents have both been like, that's not exactly what happened. And like, I've asked them multiple times, are you sure about that? So it's just very interesting. Do I think what Joellen's mom did was right? No, I don't. And I think there's also way more that we're not hearing because it's reality TV and they're not going to put all their dirty laundry on reality TV. However, I think that Joellen's mom was so uncomfortable in this conversation knowing that it was going to be aired. And I think it was kind of rude of Joellen to have that conversation with her mom that felt really private. Like, this felt like something I should have not seen on my television.
Yeah, it was giving private therapy session, something that they needed to work out between the two or three, but not something that needed to be on reality TV. That's why I'm hoping that this now storyline ends and we can move on. I would love to go back to the whole Joe Ellen and Rue La La storyline because that's more relevant to the Housewives. And your girl just wants to see a little more messy in that Rula and her husband messiness.
Dude, what the fuck was her Rulala's husband on during that scene? He was like, oh, like, do you think he was just a drunk idiot? Like, are we just seeing another man that's a drunk
I
idiot?
think so. I really think so. The men of Bravo need to learn how to drink better. Hold your alcohol better or be a smarter drinker because you'll look silly.
I would agree with you. I think Brian, I don't know. I think he was tweaking. And I think he probably knows that, like, Alicia knows something. And I don't know if I could just cut that tension with a knife. And also, it was just so weird being served. I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo. Like, I wouldn't want to be served in someone's home. I would just like want to be like, here's the meal I cooked. Here you go. But I guess that Rulala doesn't cook. I want to dig deeper on what's going to happen next week with that scenario because I feel like we didn't get a straight answer, you know? And because it immediately jumped to Kelsey and Rosie.
Yeah. I will say, just to wrap up my final points on that, I bet he was nervous that Alicia was going to say something because she was going to. Like, I know he knows that everybody knows what's going on. So I think he was just a little on edge. But I am a little disappointed that Alicia didn't say anything. But I also get maybe right now wasn't the right moment. That last fight scene, the claws were out. They were not messing around.
Okay, so let's talk about how quickly it escalated. Like, Rosie already did not really want her over to her house, did not want Kelsey over to her house. Kelsey, for God knows like, I guess she thought that joke was going to be funny. It did not hit. It was not funny at all. And also, it is embarrassing to like have your friend kind of do that. Like, I even get embarrassed when someone like honks and is like, I'm here. Like, settle down. I don't want everyone knowing that I'm having guests over. So I get why Rosie was upset. However, I think that Rosie just takes things way too far. I think that she gets really riled up. I believe that she just does not know how to stop. It's almost like watching an episode of the Jersey Shore and how they fight because they're just going after and after and after. And I don't know about you. I've never really been in one of those screaming matches about like how like you just keep hurling insults and insults at each other that no one's actually listening to each other.
Well, at one point during the scene, I didn't even know what they were saying. They were just screaming and yelling at each other that I was like, what words are actually coming out of your mouth? And I could not believe, I was in shock watching Rosie rise on her toes just so that she could just look down at Kelsey. And I was like, girl, put your feet back on the ground. And the fact that Kelsey, not that she pushed her, but like put her arm on her to be like, no, settle down. I was like, oh, no, no, that was not, no, no. Kelsey, why would you put your hands out? You know, that's never going to end well.
No, I believe if producers weren't there, they probably would have gotten more physical. I am shocked that instead of taking her suitcase down the stairs, that she didn't push Kelsey down the stairs. I could just see it. Like, I don't think, I don't think that Rosie knows how to control her emotions at all. And I think that's why they probably picked her to be on reality TV. I think I sent around a link this past week about how Kelsey responded, or no, Rosie responded to things on air, like at her job. And just like the nonchalantness and she was like attitude and everything like that. No shit, she probably got fired. I think that her harsh words are another thing that was not it for me. The whole entire, like, you're a slam pig, which we got to look up the definition.
Oh, don't worry. I have it already queued up and ready to go.
Perfect. But also with the slam pig, the whole entire, like, all the whole entire state knows that you are sleeping with married men and fucking married men. It's just like, Rosie, you're not that much better, girlfriend, that like your shit was online and on TV and you got fired.
And it's really sad too, because like we talked about last week about how there is a divide between, you know, the older women of the group versus the younger. You would think because they're more similar in age and they have very similar taste in men and I would say common interest that they would be better friends. So the fact that they really went at each other like cats is crazy to me.
I'm ready to see how this will fold out next week because I know that it's going to be so messy with like which girls will take sides, stuff like that. I think the producers did a fabulous job with being like, we're not ready for this fight to be over. Please go back into the house and finish it. And I love when like the producers kind of like play that game a little bit. But yeah, no, it's going to be a terrible fallout for the rest of the women.
I thought it was very disrespectful of the producers though to have Kelsey come back into the house after Rosie clearly didn't want her back. And granted, it made for a great ending of an episode, but respect the fact that that's Kelsey's house. You know, I think if they would have just left it as Rosie throwing the bag out on the driveway and kicking Kelsey out, I think it would have been fine there. I think it would have given the producers a chance to calm down Rosie and also to just kind of send Kelsey on her way and let her cool down and just end it. I thought that that last little bit of having Kelsey come back in was so unnecessary, even if it was reality TV gold.
Okay, but like that's kind of their jobs as producers. Like they have to stir up the drama. I agree with you completely. Like yeah, get her the fuck out of my house, you know. And also, was it when she put up the arm that's when the producer said stop? No.
No, because when she put her arm up, they were still upstairs.
Yeah.
That's when Rosie was like, "Oh heck no!" Grabbed the makeup bag, went downstairs. Was when she grabbed it from the top of the stairs.
I think the producers told them to stop when she was like shoving Kelsey out the front door.
That's
No,
when,
yes,
yeah.
you're right. Okay, now that because I remembered like they were starting to say something when it started to get a little bit physical.
But also, if you are Kelsey, why would you want to go back into the house?
It's about who gets the last word, and we saw that Rosie has no self-control when it comes to finishing the insults and hurling the insults and having the last word. It was just like I couldn't hear half of that fight because the majority of the time they were yelling at each other and screaming at each other that made no sense.
Gosh. And we thought it was going to be Rula who was going to rule this episode with all her drama. Man, I did not see this one coming.
No, I didn't either. And like, I mean, there were other filler scenes. Like we had Ashley and all that stuff, and we had Liz going to the cannabis store with Dolores for their menopausal edible, which like that's wonderful that exists. Go Rhode Island for recognizing menopausal women and how they're protected when it comes to workers' rights, because that shit sucks. I hear. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think the scene really took the cherry on top of the sundae, if you know what I mean, Amber.
I think I do. I think I do. So obviously we did ice cream last week because that was easy. But in honor of the Valley people still being in San Diego and still being at the amusement park, going to the safari, you got to cool yourself off with some ice cream sundaes, baby. So, oh, I know, we did tiramisu last week. I'm talking about 2 weeks ago. We did ice cream, right?
Like double ice cream in the past 2 weeks, that's fine.
Yeah, well, it's our podcast, so we can do what we want. But this one was different because we did Sundays on Sundays.
Sunday fun day. My sugar crashing is happening
I know.
now.
I can feel mine too.
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up real quick. But on my Sunday, I love all Sundays, honestly. Amber made vanilla ice cream, which she will describe in a moment. But I put on some marshmallows, some Nutella, and 2 Oreo cookies and 1 brown butter chocolate chip cookie that I made from Whole Foods because I like their dough, and some whipped cream and a maraschino cherry.
Yum. Well, if you go back 2 episodes ago, that's the recipe I used. So I really got to post it on our Instagram now because I have now gotten compliments twice about how good this ice cream is. And I think it's really about the ingredients you use. Almond milk. I don't know why it works, but it just does. Heavy cream from Wegmans. And specifically this vanilla. I want to call it Neiman Marcus, but it's not Neiman Marcus because that is a clothing store. But there's a specific vanilla brand I got it from Costco, but they're very well known that if you want to have a good flavor in your baking, that this is the brand to go and use. The thing is though, it's not a cheap vanilla because it is a quality vanilla. So I only ever use this vanilla when I'm making ice cream because your girl loves ice cream. So it's got to be the highest quality every time. Or at Christmas time when I'm making cookies and all these desserts because they end up being gifts for others. And let me tell you, everyone needs a KitchenAid ice cream attachment. Mine lives in my freezer so that whenever I feel like having ice cream, I got it. And I put a lot on mine. Put on mini M&Ms on my sundae, Reese's Pieces, sprinkles. I did whipped cream, a little bit of caramel sauce, a little bit of chocolate sauce. Ben really wanted to try the Reese's peanut butter sauce, so I put a little bit of that on. Am I missing something? I think that was it. Oh no, I did a side of cookie, even though I ate some cookies before ice cream. God, I love ice cream. Corbyn, you want to tell the people what you put on yours?
Yeah, I'm also in that sugar coma right now. So I'm trying to remember what I put on mine, and it's just like slipping away. I had marshmallows, Reese's Pieces, mini M&Ms, Nutella, whipped cream. I feel like there's more that I'm forgetting, but a maraschino cherry on top. The one thing I do think I forgot: hot fudge. I love a hot fudge sundae.
Ew, gross.
Ew,
What do you mean, ew?
Ew, I'm not a fudge person.
Okay, that's your prerogative.
Well, do better. Not hot fudge. It melts the ice cream.
Our ice cream was already melting.
Our ice cream was already melting because it was fresh made.
Yeah.
We didn't give it time to set so that it was not hard ice cream. It was soft this time.
Well, guess what? You fucking ate soft ice cream tonight.
You know what?
And if you put hot fudge on it,
ice cream, Clara.
if you want to put hot fudge on ice cream and it melts a little bit, that's great.
Ew.
That's fine. It's literally the same. I'm done with this conversation. It's getting too late. I'm so over her shit.
I never have ever been like a fudge girl. Even just like the fudge you can get cold. They sell cold fudge, right?
I mean, they sell fudge, like not hot fudge, which is like the topping,
So would
like
it be cold
legit
fudge?
fudge. It can be,
Room
or
temp fudge?
room temperature, yeah, like your drinks.
Yeah. hot things don't belong on ice cream, and that is my
What
choice.
about a hot fudge brownie fucking sundae? You're telling me that we've had warm, fresh cookies and ice cream
but then
and
you
that
waste
melts.
the ice cream. Yes, you do. It melts.
No, you know what, Corbyn? You know what it is? It's because then the cookie gets all soggy because then it
Yes,
gets
you guys are finally getting it.
You gotta let the cereal thing go. You gotta let it
I
go.
cannot let it go. I just don't want soggy.
Which actually reminds me, that's the question on my whiteboard at work this week. Unprompted, I did not prompt it, but it says, do you put your milk in before your cereal or your cereal in before your milk? And one of my coworkers wrote, I put ice in my cereal. Ew! So she does
That's
milk,
disgusting.
she does milk, cereal, and then ice because she likes her milk to be freezing cold and her cereal to be freezing cold.
Wait, but like,
Wouldn't that
what
hurt
if
you?
she put in like milk ice cubes, like ice cubes made of milk?
Oh, that's
and
a
that
better.
way
But
that
does
your
milk
cereal.
freeze?
Oh, I'll have to suggest it. I mean, ice cream is dairy.
I'm so glad we caught that.
Keep myself.
Yes, Amber, milk freezes. Sperm does not, but milk does.
Bringing it back to what? That was episode 1. Oh,
Wait,
my
that's
God.
so fucking funny. Does milk freeze?
I did, however, put I eat my milk and have, or I eat my cereal and have my milk on the side. Nobody's put their tally mark under that one, Amber. I'm sorry, you're on your own.
Me and Seth are in it together. I'm not alone. Shout out, Seth.
Seth, we got to have a talk about your cereal eating habits.
Well, on
All right,
that
Amber.
note, do you have any final whisks?
Yeah, I think your final whisk should be that milk can freeze. In case you didn't know.
Wait, before we do the final whisk, you got to read what a slam pig is.
Oh, yeah, my apologies.
Because I asked that upstairs and then I said, oh, shoot, I should have waited until we recorded.
I'm so sorry if someone just heard me burp. A slam pig is a vulgar, derogatory slang term. It is generally used to insult a promiscuous person, promiscuous girl, often implying that they are willing to engage in casual sexual encounters regardless of the partner or circumstance. The phrase is often described as a colloquial New England insult.
Colloquial
New England insult. On platforms like Urban Dictionary, it is typically defined as a mean-spirited insult for a woman who sleeps around casually, sometimes specifically implying she is less desirable and only sought out for quick hookups.
Dang. And then before we came downstairs and we were seeing a little bit of the Andy Cohen, what is that, like Night Live or what, something? Yes, that one. She's even stood behind what she called her. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think he was like, well, what is a slam pig? If you look it up, she goes, if you look it up in the dictionary, it's her.
I hate that. I hate her. I hate Rosie. I've said it. If
If
I am dead, Rosie, whatever the fuck her last name is, has no haters. Like, I hate her. Her and Danny are like climbing up there. Top of my list of hated people I hate. And it's too much energy. I can't do it. Only on Sundays.
My only defense for Rosie, though, is that, again, Kelsey kept bringing up this non-joke joke and instigated, which, like we said, was probably producer induced, but the reactions from it definitely were not. But
Rosie, sorry, I got really passionate there. Rosie has continuously brought up her fucking relationship at every single chance that she has had. We saw at the beginning at that picnic, Rosie was like, but what is Kelsey doing? Is she polygamous? Like, blah, blah, blah. So I think if I was fucking Kelsey, I would be like, if this bitch wants to play games, this is the games I'm playing. She's playing fucking checkers. My girl Kelsey's playing chess.
should we make a bet on for next week's episode on whether or not Rosie brings up Kelsey and her relationship then?
I mean, I think we're gonna see that, but are you talking about before we see with the scene with her wearing the slam pig thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bet you a quarter.
Okay. I will bet you. Are we saying that it's gonna happen in the first 10 minutes, or are we gonna say like, what's your time? Like, we gotta do like minute wise.
We'll do first 10.
Okay. I will bet you.
I'll bet you a dog bone. We'll let Arlo benefit. Or Stella.
Okay, sounds good. I bet you that, yeah, in the first.
Because I feel like the slam pig scene that we saw in the preview for next week is going to be in the beginning of the episode.
I know. I'm wondering if I go lower and say it's going to be in the first 5.
Ooh, is that a risk you're willing to take though? We are gambling for the dogs.
I'm gonna say in the first. I'm gonna say in the first 6 minutes.
Okay. May the best dog mom win.
Ooh, I'll take the over as the cat mom.
Oh yes, because we got a nice surprise for next week's episode. Ooh. So it'd be over 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think anything over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote it in the outline so that we know for next week.
Thank you.
Oof, high stakes. Okay.
All right, so back to it. Clara, what is your final whisk of this week? I'm gonna go.
One of you guys go first.
I was gonna say I will bring it back to what we talked about in the beginning of this episode and just say it was very family heavy this week for the 3 of us. So I think just enjoy your family. If you haven't talked to them in a while, maybe say hello, adopt a dog, be spontaneous, be a little impulsive. It has been a very fun decision within the last 24 to 48 hours, I guess. And to not call another woman a slam pig. I think that's a good lesson to take from this week. Even if you feel like they deserve it, I think you can find better words to describe a woman than slam pig.
Like my favorite word. See you next Tuesday. I love that word. I use it all the time. I will say that I think my final whisk is men named Danny Boko fucking suck. That's my final whisk.
I'm going to laugh so hard when we're speed dating on Friday and some guy's name is Danny Boku.
Oh my God, I forgot we were fucking going speed dating on fucking Friday, Corbyn.
And I'm
oh my
so
God,
excited for everyone to get a
speed
debrief.
dating on Friday. Say a prayer for us.
Say 2 to any deity you believe in.
Oh my Lord. All right. Let's close this cast out.
All right. You take it away, Amber.
All right. So follow us on Instagram and TikTok and on YouTube at Need for Reality for the recipes and just chaos.
And now that we have puppies, it's going to be more chaotic. Subscribe, leave a review, and share with your fellow drama lovers. And we'll see you next time.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Bye.